Before we begin drifting into the quiet oceans of space tonight, I'd like to softly invite you to subscribe so that whenever life feels heavy or the day leaves echoes in your mind that refuse to fade, you'll always have a place to return to. A calm harbor among the stars. No urgency, no demand, just the simple comfort of knowing that the next peaceful journey will find its way to you exactly when you need it. Now, let your breath fall into a slower rhythm. Inhale gently, and let the exhale melt the tension from your shoulders, your jaw, your hands. With every breath, imagine the noise of your day dissolving, fading like footprints on soft sand washed by a rising tide. Above you, the night sky stretches wide and unbroken. The first stars appear, not as sharp points of light, but as warm, distant embers floating on a velvet canvas. They flicker softly, as though whispering invitations in a language older than memory itself. For thousands of years, these same stars have watched over countless travelers, finding rest beneath their glow. Tonight, they watch over you too. As your breathing deepens, the familiar walls around you begin to blur and fall away. Not all at once, just gently, like curtains being drawn back by a quiet breeze. The ceiling fades into a deep twilight blue, then into the rich ink black of open space. A weightless sensation settles over your body, not pulling, not lifting, simply reminding you that you are safe and free to drift. Below us, the earth becomes a soft sphere of blues and golds. City lights glow like scattered fireflies along the continents, vibrant yet muted by distance. Clouds swirl in slow, white spirals, each one moving with a grace that feels almost choreographed. Even storms, viewed from this quiet height, look peaceful, as if the world is dreaming beneath its own blanket of clouds. We rise higher still. The thin halo of Earth's atmosphere shimmers like a ring of pale sapphire, curving gently against the black of space. The higher we drift, the quieter everything becomes. There are no engines, no footsteps, no echoes, just the soft hum of the cosmos itself, a low, steady vibration that seems to pulse in harmony with your breath. Ahead of us, the Milky Way unveils itself, a great, luminous river stretching across the darkness. Its spiral arms glow in shades of indigo and silver, dusted with the faintest hints of gold. Clusters of stars drift together like schools of fish, gliding through an ocean of night. Nebulae breathe with slow, colorful light. Violet, deep blue, and soft rose hues that shift like gentle tides. Tonight, we begin our journey from this quiet edge of home and set our course toward Andromeda, a galaxy so distant that even light, the fastest thing the universe allows, takes 2.5 million years to reach it. Yet here, in this peaceful moment, the distance feels less like an obstacle and more like a beautiful, unfolding path, stretching before us. Imagine yourself suspended among the stars, your body weightless, your thoughts unhurried. You drift through the outer arm of the Milky Way, moving with the steady slowness of a leaf on a quiet river. Behind you, the galaxy gradually becomes a shimmering spiral, fading into a silver whirlpool. But it never feels like you are leaving home. It feels as though home is expanding and carrying you with it. As we slip beyond the boundary of the Milky Way, a profound stillness settles in. Intergalactic space is vast beyond imagination, but rather than emptiness, it feels like a soft, endless quiet, a peaceful chamber, where even time seems to breathe more slowly. You are not rushing through space. You are gliding, floating, resting in motion. Around us, faint galaxies appear like delicate brushstrokes, small smudges of pale light, hanging far in the distance. Some are spirals, some ragged clusters, some faint ellipses, drifting alone. Each one carries billions of stars, and yet they greet us with nothing more than a gentle, silent shimmer. The path to Andromeda stretches forward like a soft golden thread. Its light is faint at first, barely more than a subtle glow, hovering at the edge of perception. But as we continue drifting, it grows, very slowly, like a lantern rising through fog. Andromeda reveals itself in layers, first as a whisper, then a soft, luminous blur, then as a magnificent spiral unfurling across the dark. Its arms sweep outward gracefully, each one braided with rivers of stars that glimmer in cool blues and quiet whites. There is no sound, only the serene presence of a galaxy in slow, eternal motion. As we approach, you may feel the universe around you becoming softer, quieter, heavier, in a comforting way. Your breath naturally slows. Your thoughts loosen, their edges rounding like stones, smoothed by water. Tonight, there is nowhere you need to be, except here, drifting toward a galaxy that has been approaching us since long before human history began. Feel that gentle drift. Let it cradle your mind. Let the stars dim the weight of the day until your thoughts settle like soft dust on a moonlit surface. And as Andromeda's glow fills your vision, you can let the journey carry you a little deeper into calm. You are safe. You are held. You are floating through a universe that asks nothing of you but to breathe and rest. Whenever you're ready, we'll continue the journey deeper into the heart of the Andromeda Galaxy. The soft departure from Earth. The journey begins gently, so gently that it almost feels like a breath rather than a movement. You are standing at the edge of night, wrapped not in darkness, but in a quiet, velvety blue that deepens with every passing moment. Somewhere behind you, the last light of day fades into memory. Somewhere ahead, the universe opens its vast, starlit arms, and you are right between them. Take a slow breath. Feel how the air moves in and out of your chest, steady, soft, unhurried. With each inhale, the world grows quieter. With each exhale, the weight of the day loosens its gentle hold on your thoughts. Above you, the first stars appear. They don't burst into view. They don't demand your attention. They arise softly, like small lanterns being lit one by one in a distant village on a still winter's night. Their glow is faint at first, shimmering subtly through the darkening sky, but as twilight deepens, they become clearer, each one settling into its ancient place. You lift your gaze, and for a moment, time pauses. The constellations take shape with a quiet familiarity, patterns you've always known, though perhaps you've never seen them quite this clearly. Orion hangs gently above the horizon, his belt glowing like three small pearls in a line. Cassiopeia reclines in her lazy W, as though lounging on the curve of the sky. The Pleiades shimmer like a cluster of tiny blue sparks, unhurried and calm. Yet tonight, something is different. Tonight, the sky seems to breathe with you. Your inhale expands the quiet around you. Your exhale softens the space between stars. Slowly, so slowly you feel yourself lifting away from the ground. Not pushed, not pulled, just lifted, as if gravity itself is loosening its fingers. The ground grows distant beneath your feet. The tops of trees blur into shadow. Rivers reflect a last glint of starlight before fading into flowing silver threads. Cities shrink into clusters of warm, steady embers. You pass through the cool, thinning air of Earth's upper atmosphere. The blue around you darkens, deepens, softens into indigo. And then, above the final trace of twilight, space opens quiet and infinite. Stars multiply quickly. Dozens, hundreds, thousands. Their collective glow forms a delicate tapestry woven with light from ages long past. Your body floats without effort. There is no sense of strain, no rush, no motion felt. Only the sensation of being gently carried by something larger and infinitely patient. Below you, Earth glows like a soft marble, spinning with slow, ancient dignity. Clouds sweep across its surface in great white spirals, their movements calm and dreamlike from this height. The oceans blend into deep cobalt pools. Continents lie like green and brown shapes beneath a soft haze of atmosphere. You notice something unexpected. From here, the world looks peaceful. No noise, no conflict, no harshness. Only quiet, light, and slow, drifting motion. The sun hovers just beyond the horizon, a warm golden star that outlines the curve of Earth in a gentle halo. Its rays extend like soft fingers across the void, their light diffused by distance into something warm and soothing. You drift higher still. The thin blanket of atmosphere below fades, leaving only the deep blackness of open space. But the blackness is not empty. It is rich, velvet-like, alive with faint glimmers of distant galaxies. The Milky Way begins to emerge, not as a band across the sky, but as an enormous river of light stretching far beyond your field of vision. Its luminescence is soft and diffused, as though illuminated from within by billions of tiny candles. Dark lanes of interstellar dust curl through it like slow-moving shadows, breaking its glow into intricate patterns. You drift toward this glowing river, your body weightless, your breath slow and steady. The stars nearest to you shine with cool, steady light. Some appear blue and sharp, others warm with soft golden hues. Each one is quiet. Each one is ancient. Each one radiates a sense of serenity, and as you float among them, your thoughts begin to shift. They quiet down, their edges soften. The anxious loops that your mind may have carried through the day unravel, one by one, like threads released into a gentle breeze. The silence here is profound, not the silence of emptiness, but the silence of infinite presence, as though every atom of the universe is watching over you, with a calm, steady patience. You drift through the first veil of stars, passing close enough to see their haloed light spill across your vision. Each star feels like a tiny sun, whose warmth reaches you not through heat, but through a soft, comforting glow. As you travel deeper, the stars thin slightly, revealing the intricate structure of the Milky Way's spiral arm. Great arcs of stars loop outward, their light fading slowly into the darkness, before brightening again further along the curve. Nebulae appear like floating clouds, enormous, softly glowing regions of dust and gas, lit from within by newborn stars. Some glow violet, some blue, some a faint rose pink. Their shapes shift and fold with hypnotic gentleness, as though breathing. Your body relaxes further. Your arms drift at your sides. Your legs feel light, your back warm. Even your thoughts settle into a soft, steady rhythm, like waves lapping against a quiet shore. It becomes easy, so easy, to simply float. Behind you, Earth is now no larger than a small glowing sphere. Its continents blur into swirls of color. Its clouds form soft white patterns drifting slowly across its surface. The thin blue halo around it, once bright, is now just a delicate line on a dark canvas. Ahead, the Milky Way stretches in breathtaking magnificence. You're no longer just observing it. You are within it, a quiet traveler drifting through a galaxy that has existed for over 13 billion years. And yet, the galaxy feels familiar, almost welcoming. Its light is gentle, its presence calm. It does not overwhelm you. It simply surrounds you with its ancient, soft-spoken beauty. You drift through this star-filled sea, feeling the quiet deepen around you. The silence is soothing. The stars glow steadily. Your breath slows further. Every part of you relaxes. Your hands, your face, your chest, your mind. The spiral structure of the galaxy grows wider around you. You move toward the outer regions, where the light becomes more diffuse and the stars more spread out. The vastness here is comforting, not intimidating. It feels like being given infinite room to breathe. And in this space, this deep, gentle quiet, you realize the journey has truly begun. Your departure from Earth is complete. You are no longer bound by gravity, by noise, by time. You are drifting, softly, peacefully, slowly, toward a destination far beyond the reaches of home, toward the open, star-filled path that will eventually lead you to Andromeda. Drifting through the quiet arm of the Milky Way, you drift now into a quieter region of the galaxy, a place where the stars are spaced farther apart, and the darkness between them feels deeper, softer, more velvety in its calm. There is no rush here, no direction you must aim toward, no path that must be followed. You simply move with the natural, gentle current of space, a current that guides you through the outer folds of the Milky Way's spiraling arms. Behind you, the glow of Earth has faded completely. The sun is a warm, golden point, shimmering softly in the distance, like a lantern left on a porch for a traveler who has wandered far into the night. But you feel no distance, no separation, no longing, only the quiet certainty that you are moving deeper into a place where your thoughts can settle, like dust drifting down through a sunbeam. The stars around you are older now. Some shine with gentle red hues, the soft, cool glow of aging suns that have burned steadily for billions of years. Others flicker faintly, as though offering a final, slow farewell before dimming into darkness. You pass them one by one, never close enough to feel heat, but always close enough to sense their presence. Each star feels like a silent companion, a quiet witness to your journey. As you drift deeper into this region, you notice something subtle. The space around you grows even stiller. The stars appear not as sharp points, but as soft, blurred droplets of light, floating gently in an endless ocean of black velvet. Their halos shimmer faintly, and each shimmer feels like a tiny exhale from the universe itself. Somewhere far ahead, a faint river of starlight stretches across the void, not the dense, glowing band of the Milky Way you saw earlier, but a thinner, more delicate stream, traced out by distant clusters. It is toward this quiet stream that your motion naturally pulls you. There is no gravity tugging on your body, no propulsion, no force, just a soft, inevitable drift, as though your presence in this part of the galaxy encourages space itself to gently carry you onward. Your breath grows quieter still, so quiet that it almost feels like a part of the silence around you. You cross into a more diffuse stretch of the spiral arm. The density of starlight thins like mist, and a deeper black opens ahead, not empty, but full of invisible calm. Out here, interstellar dust forms long, soft shapes that stretch like silk curtains. Dark lanes weave through the region, subtle and shadowy, creating gentle contrasts that move slowly, as if floating on a breeze that spans entire light years. Each one shifts with the slightest motion of your viewpoint, a whisper of movement, the gentlest rearrangement of cosmic fabric. Occasionally, you see faint glints of starlight reflecting off these dust streams, like the last traces of sunlight, catching the edges of distant clouds. As you glide beside them, the dust seems less like an obstacle and more like a soft veil draped across the galaxy's deeper layers. Behind the veil, new shapes reveal themselves. Vast hydrogen clouds barely illuminated by starlight, their forms slow and billowing, their edges melting seamlessly into the dark. You drift closer, and the cloud's colors begin to emerge. Hints of violet, deep blue, and muted lavender shift gently through its folds, like pigments moving through water. There is something soothing about the subdued glow, as if the universe has dimmed the lights on purpose to help you rest. Your thoughts grow quieter as the cloud surrounds you. Inside it, The starlight dims, creating a cocoon of twilight tones. You feel suspended, floating not through space, but through a dream woven from dust and light that has existed for eons. Gradually, the cloud thins, and the stars regain their brightness. But now they appear softer still, their edges blurred by distance and calm. Ahead, a small, open cluster shines with a serene blue glow. Dozens of stars, born from the same ancient cloud, drift together through cosmic time. Like siblings on a quiet journey, you approach the cluster slowly, letting its gentle radiance wash over you. The stars here are young, bright, vibrant, yet surprisingly peaceful. Their light is crisp, but not harsh, their glow steady and soothing. As you drift between them, you feel their presence like a warm hum beneath your skin, a quiet resonance that aligns with your heartbeat. Each star pulses with a slow, ancient rhythm, as if time itself moves differently here. You glide past them, your path bending in graceful arcs that feel effortless and natural. Beyond the cluster, the spiral arm stretches outward in a great sweeping curve. You follow this curve, riding along its gentle slope, as though drifting down the slow bend of a cosmic river. In the distance, you glimpse regions where stars thin dramatically, vast patches of nearly pure darkness, broken only by the occasional faint glimmer. This is the outer boundary of the Milky Way's spiral arm, where matter spreads thin, and silence gathers with deeper intensity. You drift into it. The darkness here is not frightening. It is warm, all-encompassing, comforting. It feels like being wrapped in a soft blanket, woven from quiet itself. Your breath slows to match the stillness. Your muscles loosen. Your thoughts melt into gentle shapes that drift like silent clouds. The few stars that remain in sight glow faintly, each one separated by vast distances that would feel lonely, if not for the deep calm that permeates everything here. And then, in the far, far distance, you see something faint, a soft blur of grey-blue light, hovering on the edge of perception. You do not know what it is yet, but its presence feels peaceful, like the first light of dawn, seen from the deepest part of night. As you float deeper into the quiet, that faint blur becomes a little clearer, a little larger, though still impossibly far away. You know, without needing to name it, that this is the direction your journey will take. Not yet, not quickly, but gently, slowly, inevitably. For now, you remain in this tranquil space between stars, resting, breathing, floating through the quiet arm of the Milky Way. The galaxy cradles you in its soft, ancient light, and the path ahead, though long, is lined with silence, gentleness, and peace. The threshold between galaxies. You are drifting now toward the quietest region you've ever known, a place where the Milky Way loosens its embrace, where stars grow sparse, and the vast, dark sea between galaxies begins to open around you. Behind you, the spiral arm has softened into a faint, glowing curve, its clusters dimming into a delicate haze. The dust clouds you passed earlier have dissolved into thin, almost invisible wisps. Even the star clusters, once bright and sharp, now appear as tiny, muted jewels, scattered across an immeasurable backdrop. Your breath moves slowly. Inhale, exhale, each movement blending seamlessly with the ancient quiet around you. You are approaching the galactic outskirts, a place where our Milky Way's influence fades gently into the deep, drifting silence of intergalactic space. This region is not empty. It simply breathes in a way that is subtler, slower, more serene than anything closer to the core. Floating here feels like standing on a shoreline at night, with the sound of waves hushed to whispers, and the wind slowed to a barely perceptible breeze. Your body relaxes into the calm. Your thoughts loosen. Every part of you seems to drift outward, mirroring the quiet expansion of the galaxy behind you. A few solitary stars remain in this region, scattered like lanterns left glowing long after a festival has ended. Their light is steady but gentle, surrounded by reservoirs of soft darkness that stretch unimaginably far. You glide toward one of them, a small, cool red star that glimmers like an ember resting quietly at the bottom of a dying fire. Its light is fragile, as though it could fade at any moment, yet it persists, undisturbed and unhurried. When you approach, you notice the faint glow of a thin halo, a soft, warm ring of light slowly expanding outward, like ripples on a still pond. This star is old, older than the spiral arms you passed through, older than many worlds that once orbited brighter suns. It is a remnant of the galaxy's earliest days, a silent witness to time itself. You drift past it, its dim glow brushing softly against your vision, before dissolving back into the dark. The Milky Way behind you now resembles a shimmering disk, not small, but no longer all-encompassing. The spiral structure is clearer from this distance, its arms stretching outward in elegant sweeps of silver and pale gold. Clusters that once looked impossibly vast now form tiny knots of brightness along the spiral edges. Nebulae appear as faint patches of tinted light, violet, rose, cobalt, but subdued, as though their colors have been wrapped in layers of gauzy veil. You can see the galaxy's central bulge glowing warmly, a dense and ancient heart, beating with the accumulated light of billions of stars. And yet, the space around you remains calm, soft, gentle, almost weightless in its quiet. As you drift farther, the Milky Way begins to flatten visually, its thickness narrowing, its edges sharpening. You are seeing it now the way distant observers might, as a luminous, floating island, surrounded by a sea of darkness. You glide through this dark expanse, one breath at a time. Inhale, exhale. The stillness is profound, but slowly, very slowly, something begins to appear far ahead. A faint smear of light, barely perceivable against the black. It is so subtle that at first, it feels like a trick of the eye, a phantom glow, or a reflection from a distant star. But as you drift onward, the smear brightens, gaining the slightest structure. You notice a soft, elongated shape, not sharp, but smooth, its edges blending gently into the surrounding dark. This is the first glimpse of Andromeda. It is impossibly distant still, its light having traveled more than 2 million years just to reach this moment. Yet the galaxy reveals itself with quiet confidence, a delicate presence growing slowly, beautifully, in the far distance. Its shape is faint but undeniable, a stretched ellipse of pale, silvery blue glow, almost like a ghost of a galaxy, rather than the galaxy itself. You're not close enough yet to see spiral arms, or the bright, star-dense core, or the delicate dust lanes that braid through its structure. For now, Andromeda is little more than a soft whisper of light, and yet, it feels familiar, like the dim outline of a lantern seen through morning fog. There is comfort in its presence, a sense of direction without urgency, a promise without pressure. The space between you and Andromeda is vast beyond comprehension, a span of darkness filled with sparse intergalactic stars, drifting rogue planets, and faint, nearly undetectable dust. Yet this emptiness feels anything but empty. It feels like the deep breath between heartbeats, the quiet pause between ocean tides, the soft stillness in a room just before sleep. You float into this stillness, letting it hold you, wrap around you, invite you deeper. Your limbs feel lighter, your thoughts soften into long, gentle curves. Your breathing becomes quieter, as though matching the calm pulse of the darkness around you. And then something else appears. Not a star, not a cloud, not a galaxy. A subtle, diffuse glow, enveloping the region between the Milky Way and Andromeda, a kind of faint cosmic mist. This is the intergalactic medium, a delicate mixture of hydrogen, dust, and the faint remains of long-ago stars. It is almost invisible, but in this quiet, you can sense its presence. It drifts around you, weightless, gentle, barely illuminated by starlight, and with it comes a profound stillness, a stillness so complete that even your thoughts feel suspended. This is the threshold between galaxies, a place where gravity loses its tension, where light moves freely, where time stretches into long, unbroken strands. Here, you are no longer just a traveler leaving the Milky Way. You are a guest in the vast sea that lies between worlds. The faint glow of Andromeda grows slowly, softly, like a distant lighthouse guiding you across a cosmic shoreline. But the journey is not about speed, nor distance, nor arrival. It is about drifting, floating through the deepest quiet in existence, wrapped in calm, older than stars. You let the silence cradle you. You let the dim glow guide you. You let your breath fall into a serene rhythm that matches the slow expansion of space itself. Behind you, the Milky Way continues to soften, its luminous disk becoming a gentle halo. Ahead, Andromeda brightens, still distant, still dreamlike, but unmistakably waiting. And you drift onward, slowly, quietly, peacefully, across the beautiful stillness of the space between galaxies. Entering the outermost halo of Andromeda, the faint, silvery blur of Andromeda grows very gradually, not with urgency, not with brightness, but with the slow assurance of something ancient, coming gently into focus. You are still far, so far that its light has traveled across eons, just to meet your eyes. Yet distance feels meaningless here, because everything unfolds at the natural pace of the universe, unhurried, patient, quiet. As you drift onward, the darkness around you subtly changes. It feels less empty now, less like a void, and more like a vast, deep ocean, filled with invisible currents. You are entering the outer halo of Andromeda, a region so diffuse that its presence is felt long before it is seen. At first, it seems like nothing has changed. The darkness still stretches endlessly in all directions. The stars remain sparse, scattered as faint, solitary glimmers. Your body floats without resistance, weightless and serene. But then, you sense it, a shift, a kind of whisper in the structure of the dark. Thin, ancient, almost imperceptible. Tiny flecks of light far smaller than stars appear and disappear, like dust catching the glow of a distant lantern. They are not stars, but globular clusters, spherical gatherings of old, dense stars that circle Andromeda like quiet guardians. From this distance, they look like tiny, glowing seeds, drifting in a sea of night. You glide toward one. It grows gradually, a grain of silver expanding into a soft, shimmering sphere. As you approach, you begin to see individual stars, packed together like the pearls of a cosmic rosary. Their combined light creates a glow that pulses faintly, as though breathing. These stars are ancient, some among the oldest in the universe. Their light is warm but dim, steadier than the youthful blue stars you saw earlier in the Milky Way. You do not feel heat from them, only a gentle presence, a quiet hum that seems to soothe your thoughts and draw your mind into calmer rhythms. You drift through the outskirts of the cluster, its stars floating past you in slow, hypnotic arcs. Each one moves with extraordinary grace, not fast, not erratic, but with a slow, circular rhythm that feels almost meditative. Once beyond the cluster, you enter a region of deeper darkness again. But this darkness is different from before. It has texture now, layers, a subtle density, like the deepest parts of a quiet forest. Andromeda's halo stretches for hundreds of thousands of light-years, a sphere of faint, invisible structure that envelops the galaxy like a soft, protective aura. You are drifting through that aura now. Here, there is no sense of danger, no turbulence, no disruption. The intergalactic medium thins into an even gentler form, so delicate that it seems to part around you without resistance. Occasionally, you pass more globular clusters, each one glowing softly, like a suspended lantern left drifting in an infinite sea. Some appear faint and small, others drift closer, their light intensifying into a quiet sprinkling of silver. Every cluster has its own rhythm, every one hums with its own ancient signature. You move among them, as though swimming slowly through a constellation of tiny, glowing islands. Your breath becomes slower. With each cluster you pass, your mind grows quieter. With each distant shimmer, the faint blur of Andromeda has grown larger now. What was once a barely perceptible smear has begun to take shape as an elongated glow with soft, curved edges. Still, you are too far to see any structure clearly. The galaxy remains a dreamlike silhouette, a presence rather than a form, but the halo announces its boundaries. In gentle ways, you begin to sense gravity again, not as a pull on your body, but as a subtle shift in the flow around you, a faint curvature guiding your drift. It is the galaxy's greeting, a silent acknowledgement that you have entered its sphere of influence. More faint lights appear around you, not stars, not clusters, but dwarf satellite galaxies, small companions orbiting Andromeda like quiet children, walking beside a much older parent. One of them drifts into view, a soft, oval-shaped glow, with no sharp boundaries. Its stars are faint, spread thinly through a diffuse cloud. It does not feel separate from Andromeda, but rather like a memory, a leftover from ancient collisions, a survivor from a time when galaxies danced more vigorously across the universe. You drift past it slowly, its pale glow brushing your vision, like the softest touch of moonlight. Behind it, the space darkens again, a vast expanse that stretches toward the galaxy's brighter regions. You feel no rush to approach. The universe here encourages stillness, inviting you to experience the depth of this quiet zone before moving forward. So you linger, floating, breathing, letting the tranquil hush of the halo settle around you like a warm blanket. The soft glow of Andromeda grows, almost imperceptibly. What was once a vague shape is beginning to show the earliest hints of its spiral nature. Subtle curves of brightness, faint traces of structure, waiting patiently to reveal themselves. But you remain in the outer halo for now, a place where time moves differently, where starlight drifts like mist, and where the silence is so deep that even your thoughts begin to echo more softly. You pass one final globular cluster, larger and brighter than the rest. Its stars glow in dense, radiant layers, like a small galaxy condensed into a glowing sphere. You drift along its edge, feeling the hum of its collective light, vibrating gently against your awareness. Then, as you move beyond it, a deeper stillness returns. This is the halo's inner threshold, the final quiet zone, before the structure of Andromeda begins to unfold in earnest. Ahead, Andromeda's soft blur grows wider, its gentle light spilling across more of your vision. You are close now, closer than anyone on Earth has ever felt, closer than any telescope has ever truly seen. And yet, your journey is still calm, slow, peaceful. The halo releases you into the next stage of the path, the soft glow of the galaxy's outer arms, awaiting you like lace made of starlight, and you drift forward, quietly, slowly, wrapped in the ancient calm of Andromeda's welcoming halo. first touch of the spiral arms. You drift gently out of Andromeda's halo, carried forward by nothing more than the soft, natural tide of the universe. The glow ahead, once faint and uncertain, has grown into a clearer shape, a delicate stretching of light that now fills a wider portion of your vision. You are approaching the outermost edges of Andromeda's spiral arms, the first threads of starlight woven into the great, swirling tapestry of the galaxy. Here, the light does not arrive suddenly. It comes in layers, soft at first, barely perceptible, like the earliest hint of dawn, brushing the horizon before sunrise. You drift closer, and the subtlety becomes beauty. Thin arcs of faint blue stars appear, spread lightly across the darkness, in quiet, curving sweeps. They are spaced far apart, each one glowing with a cool, soft radiance, like tiny ice crystals suspended in still air. These stars are young compared to the halo clusters behind you, fresh sparks born from clouds of hydrogen that drifted quietly until gravity nudged them into light. Their glow contains a gentle energy, warm enough to comfort, but never harsh. As you move deeper into this region, you begin to sense a shift in the fabric of space around you. The emptiness between stars becomes just a little less empty, the darkness just a touch brighter. You are entering the outskirts of a spiral arm, a place where starlight flows, like a river made of silver fire. Your breath falls into sync with this flow, steady, slow, mirroring the graceful sweep of the galaxy's structure. At first, only a handful of stars glide past you, each drifting slowly across your field of vision. But with each moment, more join them, appearing like soft sparks. Emerging from behind a curtain of night, the stars begin to cluster faintly into loose associations, small families of light, moving together through the arm. You glide between them, feeling their quiet shimmer, brush gently across your awareness. It is peaceful here, so peaceful that it feels as though time itself has dissolved into a soft mist. The faint glow ahead strengthens, spreading into a wide, diffuse band that curves subtly across the darkness. This is the outer arm of Andromeda, a sprawling, delicate swirl, where stars are fewer, dimmer, and spaced widely apart. From a distance, it resembles a soft, pale ribbon. Up close, it becomes a vast expanse of tranquil light. You drift into the arm's edge, and for a moment, the stars feel almost like companions, greeting you with warm, muted smiles. They pass slowly, each one steady, calm, unhurried. You feel your breath deepen as the arm's gentle light surrounds you. Your muscles soften, your thoughts loosen into long, flowing shapes that drift as quietly as the stars themselves. Ahead, a small nebula emerges, not bright, not dramatic, but tender and subdued. It drifts like a cloud, woven from lavender and blue-gray light. Its edges are feathered, blurring softly into the surrounding dark. As you approach, you notice faint, shimmering threads stretching from the nebula, streams of dust illuminated by starlight, like strands of silk, floating in quiet water. These clouds are remnants of ancient collisions and quiet births, the leftovers of stars forming, dying, and reshaping the galaxy across billions of years. You drift through them, their soft hues tinting the space around you. With gentle pastels, the nebula's interior glows subtly, not brilliant, but warm, as though its light is whispering rather than speaking. Your mind relaxes further, your breath slowing, as the cloud envelops you. Inside, the starlight dims for a moment, a peaceful twilight, created by dust filtering the glow. And when you emerge on the other side, the light of the outer arm feels even softer, even calmer. You drift deeper now, guided by the natural spiral of the galaxy. The stars begin to gather more noticeably, their density increasing with each passing moment. Never crowded, just more present, like a gentle chorus, slowly growing in number, Some stars glow faintly red, small and cool. Others shimmer in pale gold, their warmth subtle but comforting. A few pulse softly in blue-white tones, bright but smoothed by the distance, into gentle points of light. Every star feels content in its place, moving with the slow, graceful sweep of the spiral arm. You follow this sweep, drifting along the curve, like a leaf floating down a quiet river. Far ahead, a faint but broad glow appears, a wider, denser region of the arm, where starlight blends into a soft haze. This is not the inner arm yet, only a brighter patch of the outer one. But even from here, it feels welcoming. As you approach, the starlight thickens around you. Like a gentle luminous mist, clusters form, not compact, but loosely assembled groups that drift together through time. You glide past one such cluster now. Its stars are young, blue, and softly shimmering. They flicker with a quiet vibrancy that feels like a slow heartbeat. Moving beyond the cluster, you enter a region where the dust thickens again, a narrow band of faint shadow cutting softly through the light. This is a dust lane, a delicate structure, where cold grains of carbon and silicates float in vast, soft sheets. The lane darkens the starlight, not harshly, but like a thin veil drawn gently across a glowing lantern. You drift into the dust, and the space around you becomes quieter still. The stars dim to muted points. The light becomes more diffuse. Your breath slows. The dust feels like a soft curtain, not hiding the galaxy, but calming it. When you emerge, the stars brighten once more, and the faint, wide glow ahead shines just a little stronger. You are nearing the place where the outer arm twists inward, drawing closer to the richer, brighter regions of Andromeda. But the transition remains gentle. Nothing in this galaxy demands haste. Everything unfolds in soft, slow gradients. You drift onward, wrapped in starlight, moving peacefully, with the elegant arc of the spiral. And as the glow ahead continues to grow, you sense, without urgency, without pressure, that you are approaching the next threshold of this immense, ancient, beautiful galaxy. The outer spiral arm gradually releases you forward toward the deeper radiance of Andromeda's inner structure. The gentle ascent toward Andromeda's luminous disk, the glow ahead gathers weight, not brightness, not urgency, but presence. A soft, widening radiance expands across your field of vision, like moonlight gradually unveiling itself. From behind a drifting veil of clouds, you are entering the region where Andromeda's outer spiral arms begin their long, elegant sweep toward the luminous disk. But even here, where the galaxy grows richer, the transition remains tender, as though the universe is careful not to disturb your stillness. Stars start to appear in greater number, not dense, just more frequent, peppered gently across the dark, like grains of pale silver scattered over velvet. Your drift remains slow, peaceful, unhurried. The galaxy allows you to approach at the pace of breath. Inhale, exhale. The first hints of structure appear, not the bold spirals you might imagine, but subtle gradients of light. A faint thickening here, a soft brightening there, as though the galaxy is clearing its throat before revealing its full voice. You pass between two loosely connected streams of young, blue stars. They glow with a delicate vibrancy, their light cool and steady, like reflections on quiet water. Between them lies a darker region, a soft, shadowed pathway, formed by an ancient band of cosmic dust. You drift through it now. The dust absorbs some of the starlight, creating a pocket of peaceful dimness that wraps around your senses. like a deep, exhaling breath. The air, though there is no air, feels thicker, warmer, calmer. You float through the shadow, with thoughts drifting like leaves. On a motionless pond, emerging from the dust lane, you see the outer disk of Andromeda unfold before you. It appears not as a hard edge, but as a vast, pale veil of light that stretches laterally across your view, growing slowly brighter. As you approach, this is Andromeda's luminous skirt, the outermost face of the galaxy's great spinning disk. Here, stars are arranged in delicate patterns, arcs, streaks, and faint clusters, drifting like fireflies, caught in a slow, eternal dance. The starlight softens your awareness. You feel your breath deepen again, your muscles melting further into calm. Ahead, another faint nebula emerges, larger than the one you passed before. Its color is subtle, a muted blend of blue-gray and lavender, as though the galaxy painted it with diluted ink. The nebula's edges billow gently, unfolding in soft curls that mimic clouds at sunset. You drift toward it, its glow growing rounder, fuller, as though it has been waiting quietly for your arrival. When you enter the edge of the nebula, the light dims slightly, and the universe seems to inhale. Everything slows. Even the stars outside the cloud seem to pause, their shimmer muffled by the curtain of dust. Inside, you feel suspended in a world of color and quiet. The nebula glows like a dream, its hues shifting with infinite softness, never exactly this shade, never exactly that, always flowing, like silk drifting in water. This cloud is a cradle, a birthplace of stars, though tonight it feels like a cradle for you. You float through it, as though being rocked gently by a cosmic tide. Your thoughts become weightless, your breath smooth as a whisper. When you exit the nebula, the galaxy reveals a brighter tapestry. The stars here are more numerous, their light coalescing into a soft background glow, not sharp, not overwhelming, but steady, like the dusk-lit surface of a calm sea. You are drawing nearer to Andromeda's main disk. Its luminous face now spans the sky before you, like a vast, delicate arc, stretching from one end of your vision to the other. From this distance, you can sense the slow rotational curve of the galaxy, not through motion, but through the subtle arrangement of stars, flowing inward in long, tender spirals. The nearer you drift, the more this structure deepens, as if each layer of the galaxy is revealing itself gradually, slowly unfurling like a flower at night. A star cluster appears directly ahead, larger than the ones in the outer arm. It glows with soft gold and pale blue light. Its stars are spaced closely, but not densely. They form a loose, harmonious pattern that feels almost musical. You drift past the cluster's periphery, its light brushing softly against your awareness, like fingertips trailing across calm water. From here, the disk becomes clearer. A faint gradient shifts across its surface, darker at the edges, brightening toward the center. A smooth transition that reflects the galaxy's deep inner energy. You feel drawn inward, not by force, but by the gentle invitation of its expanding radiance. The stars thicken around you, never overwhelmingly, but soothingly. They drift in soft layers, one behind another, each one shimmering with a calm, ancient pulse. The spiral structure becomes unmistakable now. Two great sweeping arcs, visible as faint, glowing lanes, that twist inward toward the galaxy's heart. You are still far from the center, still drifting among the galaxy's outermost waves. But even here, their curve guides your motion. You follow the delicate pull, letting the galaxy's natural flow carry you deeper. Ahead, a brighter region glows, a section of the disk where newborn stars gather in scattered clusters. These stars sparkle with youthful blue light, their radiance still fresh, still full of soft cosmic energy. You drift closer, admiring how their glow blends with the surrounding dust into a gentle pastel sheen. The deeper you move into this region, the brighter the galaxy becomes. Softly, smoothly, like clouds parting to reveal moonlit water, your breath matches this brightness. Not sharp, not fast, but expansive. You are calm. You are weightless. You are drifting deeper into a galaxy, older than memory, wider than imagination, and gentle enough to lull the universe itself to sleep. The luminous disk stretches before you, inviting you inward, and as you glide, slowly, beautifully, toward Andromeda's spiraling heart. Entering the pale rivers of the inner spiral arms, you drift now toward the place where Andromeda's spiral arms, which once seemed like distant brushstrokes of light, begin to reveal their true form. Broad, glowing rivers of stars, sweeping gracefully through the galaxy's vast, rotating body. The transition is subtle, as all cosmic transitions are. Nothing rushes, nothing jolts, nothing demands your attention. The galaxy simply brightens around you, in slow, natural gradients, a soft crescendo of starlight that unfolds at the pace of breath. Ahead, the pale glow of the inner arms stretches wide, like gently curving bridges, made of silver, blue, and muted gold. These arms flow inward, in great, sweeping arcs, each one guiding countless stars on slow, harmonious orbits around the galactic heart. As you drift nearer, the light grows fuller, not brighter, just more present, more layered, as if the galaxy is weaving threads of radiance around your path. The stars here are closer together than in the outer regions, but still spaced far enough that the sky feels open, breathable, calm. Your movement is slow, a glide, a drift, a gentle fall inward along the natural curve of the spiral. A cluster of young blue stars appears ahead, scattered across the arm, like fresh petals floating on dark water. Their glow is steady but soft, their energy warm but never overwhelming. As you pass through the cluster, your surroundings shimmer faintly, a gentle sparkle, as starlight diffuses around the edges of your vision. Beyond the young stars, older suns shine in warm golds and muted ambers, their light thicker, denser, more settled. They radiate a feeling of age, not weariness, but quiet endurance, like embers glowing deep within a hearth. You exhale slowly, matching your breath to the serene pulse of these ancient suns. The arm widens now, opening into a broad lane of drifting starlight. This is not a cloud, not a nebula, but a true river, a vast, luminous current flowing through the galaxy. Stars stream past you in long, gentle arcs. Dust glimmers faintly, like powdered silver suspended in water. The darkness between the stars feels calm and velvety, not empty, but quietly alive. As you drift deeper into the arm, you notice patterns, subtle swirls and gatherings, shaped by gravity's patient hand. Some regions thicken into small clusters, others thin into quiet pockets, where only a few stars glow. Like single candles in a large, silent room, your path carries you through one of these pockets now. The starlight dims softly, leaving just a few gentle glimmers. A warm-hearted star to your left, a faint blue spark to your right, a tiny red ember drifting far ahead. This quiet zone feels like a breath held in the middle of a long, peaceful thought. You linger in it, letting the hush seep into your awareness. Your mind grows softer, your thoughts slow into long, fluid shapes. Your breath becomes an unbroken ribbon, flowing in and out of your body. When the stars gather again, they do so gradually, as though the galaxy is restoring light to the sky, one shimmering point at a time. A faint band of dust appears, a delicate lane, stretching across your path, like a soft shadow cast by the galaxy itself. You drift into the dust now. The light dims slightly, colors soften. The airless space feels warmer, thicker, wrapped in a muted glow. The dust diffuses the starlight into gentle pastel hues: lavender, pale gold, powdery blue. These colors shift slowly as you move through the lane, like watercolor pigments drifting in calm water. When you emerge, the inner arm reveals itself more clearly. The stars here form quiet patterns, arcs, threads, scattered constellations that exist only within this arm's gentle flow. Every pattern feels intentional, yet effortlessly natural. You pass close to a bright golden star, large, steady, radiating warmth that seems to hum gently. In your bones, its halo expands slowly, like a soft lamp glowing behind frosted glass. You drift through its faint outer light, feeling your breath deepen once more. Beyond the golden star lies a vast, luminous plain, a wide, glowing expanse, where dust and starlight blend into a seamless canvas. This is the denser part of the spiral arm, a place where new stars form and ancient stars wander peacefully. You glide across it, like a feather drifting on a warm breeze. Nebulae appear in the distance, larger than the ones you saw in the outer arm, their colors richer, their forms grand and sweeping. One stretches across your field of view now, a luminous tapestry of pale turquoise and muted violet. Its edges curl inward, like petals of a cosmic flower. Opening in slow motion, you approach its boundary and drift through the soft glow. Inside, the starlight dims again, giving the cloud a twilight-like hue. Your breath slows further, as though the nebula itself is guiding your rhythm. When you emerge, the spiral arm curves more sharply, its structure becoming unmistakable. A vast ribbon of shifting light, flowing inward toward the galaxy's radiant core. You follow the curve effortlessly, drawn by the gentle slope that guides every star in this arm. Clusters appear with increasing frequency, some loose and wandering, others compact and glowing with concentrated brilliance. A particularly dense cluster drifts slowly across your path, its stars shimmer in gold and pale blue, woven together into a floating mosaic. You drift along its outskirts, feeling the quiet hum of its combined light. Beyond it lies another stretch of the arm, calmer, softer, a region where dust thickens and starlight diffuses into a pale haze. The spiral curve becomes more pronounced now, sweeping inward, toward a brightness too subtle yet to distinguish clearly. But you can feel it, a gentle pull, a sense of direction, a warm glow forming at the horizon of your awareness. This is the path that leads deeper into Andromeda. This is the route, carved by billions of stars, over billions of years. You drift along it, letting the arm guide you. As though you were a leaf on a slow-moving river, the light brightens, softly, smoothly, wrapping you in a luminous calm. The journey is deepening. The spiral arms are embracing you. The galaxy is opening its next layer, and as you drift inward, quiet, warm, unhurried, the heart of Andromeda begins its gentle reveal. Through the luminous weave of Andromeda's inner arms, the spiral arm bends inward, its curve widening as you travel deeper along the river of light. Starlight thickens not sharply, but like a mist gradually brightening in the morning sun. Every point of light appears softer, as though the galaxy wraps each star in a thin halo, to ensure nothing overwhelms the silence you carry with you. Ahead, the inner arm unfolds. Like a vast ribbon of pale silver and muted blue, its structure intricate and delicate, woven from stars, dust, and quiet gravitational rhythms. The arm's sweep grows broader, its banks illuminated by tens of thousands of suns that shimmer gently, like fireflies drifting through an unending summer night. You glide deeper into this expanding glow. Your breath falls naturally into slower cycles, your thoughts settling into the same soft rhythm that shapes the luminous currents around you. The stars here are closer together than before, but they still feel spacious, as if each one is offering you room to breathe, even in the midst of their growing numbers. Some shine in warm gold, radiating a quiet steadiness that feels like the glow of distant hearths. Others shimmer in cool blues and silvers, their energy still young, still fresh, still humming softly from recent birth. Dust lanes emerge like long, shadowed strokes, gently dividing the starfields. They do not dim the scene harshly. They simply add depth, a tender layering that enriches the galaxy's tapestry. You drift toward one of these lanes now. As you enter it, the starlight softens to subdued tones, and the darkness grows velvety. A muted space where quiet becomes deeper, warmer, more immersive. Inside the dust, the light filters through in faint ribbons, creating the sense of moving through a softly glowing forest, where each particle drifts like pollen, caught in slow, eternal loops. You inhale, and the dust lane almost feels like a gentle hush, falling over your thoughts. Exhale, and the stillness expands around you, like a soft, cosmic sigh. When you emerge from the lane, the galaxy brightens once more. Not abruptly, but with a smooth, seamless transition that feels like slipping from shade into warm sunlight. Stellar nurseries begin to appear, vast, glowing clouds where new stars are being born. Their shapes are fluid and billowing, glowing softly in hues of indigo, lavender, and pale rose. One such nebula rises before you, its form stretching wide across the arm, like a luminous continent suspended in night. Its center is brighter, a shimmering heart, where clusters of newborn stars pulse with soft, blue-white energy. You drift into its outskirts, where light and shadow mingle gently, creating soft gradients across your field of vision. Inside, the starlight dims, until only faint glimmers remain, their colors blurred by the dust that fills the cloud. The nebula feels like a warm, cosmic cradle, a place where everything moves slowly, where every forming star is nurtured by the calm of its surroundings. You float through this region, as though resting in the galaxy's quiet embrace. When you drift out again, the stars appear brighter, their collective glow blending into a soft, luminous haze that stretches across the inner arm. Now, the structure grows clearer. You see long, winding trails of stars and dust intertwined, streams that wrap around each other, like the braided currents of a slow-moving river. These patterns flow inward in a gentle spiral that naturally guides your path. You follow this spiral, your drift aligning effortlessly with the galaxy's inner motion. A series of open clusters emerges along your trajectory, each one a congregation of stars, shimmering in loosely gathered groups. Some clusters are small, made of only a few bright suns, set against the dark. Others are broad, spreading dozens or even hundreds of stars. Across the arm, you pass through one cluster now. Its stars glow gold and pale blue, intermixed in soft harmony. Between them lie faint traces of dust that catch their combined light, like scattered sparkles on silk. At the cluster's center, a particularly bright star shines, steady, warm, like a candle whose flame has never flickered. You drift past it and feel a subtle warmth settle into your awareness, soothing and grounding. Beyond the cluster, A darker lane stretches across the arm, wider than the ones before, its shadow soft and deep. You float into it, the light dimming to a gentle twilight. Inside this shadow, everything quiets further. The dust diffuses the stars until they appear as faint, glowing smudges, hanging in a muted dreamscape. This lane curves through the arm, like a peaceful valley. Your drift follows its contour, carried along by the natural current that guides all matter here. You move slowly, peacefully, wrapped in muted starlight. After a time, the shadow thins, and you emerge once more into radiance. Ahead, a grand arc of stars sweeps across your view, a dense, luminous bridge, linking two sections of the inner arm. It glows with blended shades of gold, blue, and pearl white, the light overlapping in gentle layers that create a soft cosmic iridescence. You drift along this stellar bridge, the glow beneath you, like a slow-moving river of light. As you move deeper, the galaxy's brightness becomes richer, its structure more elaborate. Dust lanes fold into one another, like delicate pleats. Star clusters gather in gentle spirals, their arrangement shaped by the slow, ancient breathing of the galaxy. Nebulae glow in soft pockets, their colors blending with the surrounding dust. All of it flows inward, directed, subtle, harmonious. And so do you. Near the horizon of your vision, a faint golden glow begins to form, the earliest hint of Andromeda's central region. You cannot see it clearly yet. Its light is far and softened by layers of dust, but the warmth of its presence is unmistakable. It pulses gently, calmly, like the first faint rhythm of a heartbeat, heard through a distant wall. This glow marks the beginning of the galaxy's luminous core, your destination in the next chapter. For now, you drift within the intricate weave of Andromeda's inner arms, safe, light, and deeply at peace. Every star here moves slowly, quietly, in a rhythm you've begun to share. And as that gentle pulse welcomes you deeper, the galaxy prepares to reveal its radiant heart. The quiet descent toward Andromeda's radiant core, the faint golden glow you first sensed in the distance, now grows with steady, patient warmth. Not bright enough to dazzle, not sharp enough to disturb, but warm in a way that spreads through the darkness, like candlelight through a quiet room. You drift deeper along the spiral arm, and the galactic structure begins to gather around you in soft, curving layers. Every movement of light, every cluster, every dust lane, every shimmering band flows with gentle intention, as though the entire galaxy breathes in slow, rhythmic tides. Ahead, the arm narrows slightly, pulling inward toward the central region, like a river converging as it nears the sea. Your drift aligns naturally with this converging path, carried not by force, but by the calm, gravitational whisper of the core. The starlight here becomes richer, not brighter, but fuller, more concentrated, as if the stars themselves grow more thoughtful. The closer they orbit the heart of the galaxy, clusters appear more frequently, each one glowing with layered radiance. Some shimmer in pale gold, others pulse in soft blue, still others glow with faint rose tones that melt into the surrounding haze. You drift near one such cluster now, a cloud of warm, amber stars, wrapped in a faint envelope of dust that gives the whole region the softness of a sunrise behind silk curtains. As you pass through its outer glow, you feel a deepening calm settle into your awareness. Not heaviness, but a peaceful grounding, as though your thoughts have found quieter places to rest between the stars. The spiral arm bends again, its curve now more pronounced, pulling you gently inward. As the galaxy's central energy subtly reveals itself, you see the dust lanes first. They stretch across your path, in soft, shadowed arcs, like long, rippling ribbons, drawn delicately across the glowing arm. These lanes do not hide the light, they sculpt it. Every shadow gives definition to the brightness around it, creating gentle contrasts that guide your eye toward the deepening glow ahead. You drift into one such lane now. Inside it, the light becomes diffuse, melting into muted twilight tones. Stars fade into soft silhouettes, their halos dimmed by dust that drifts in slow, grain-like currents. You breathe, and the dust lane feels like a pause, a moment of deeper quiet within the larger quiet of the galaxy. When you emerge, the starlight blooms again, filling your vision with warm, glowing constellations. The golden shimmer ahead now spans a wider portion of the sky. Its gentle radiance spreads through the arm, like the glow of a lantern, slowly illuminating a dim corridor. This marks the beginning of Andromeda's inner disk, a region where stars gather densely, yet harmoniously, their collective light forming a luminous foundation that supports the brilliance of the core. You drift into this region, and immediately you feel the difference. The starlight here has a kind of softness that sinks into your senses, like warm bath water, slowly enveloping your skin. Your breath deepens, your muscles loosen further. Every part of your awareness begins to glow faintly inside, mirroring the calm radiance around you. Small star clusters line the path, some loosely gathered, others bound more tightly, all glowing with tender steadiness. Their orbits around the galactic center trace graceful arcs that feel almost musical, as if each star moves to a shared, quiet rhythm. You follow this rhythm, your drift aligning so naturally that it feels as though you were always meant to travel this path. The glow at the horizon brightens, not dramatically, but like dawn gaining certainty. You are now approaching the region where the spiral arms begin to merge, the inner lanes that wrap softly around the luminous core. Dust thickens again here, forming delicate branches that weave through the star fields. These shadowed filaments give the light depth and texture, transforming the inner disk into a layered tapestry of gold and shadow. You pass close to one such filament. Its edges glow faintly, where starlight grazes them. Inside, darkness pools like ink, but never feels empty, only restful. Past the dust, a broad, glowing field opens before you. The stars here are smaller, numerous, and closely packed, their combined light forming a smooth, golden haze. It stretches across the sky like a vast, luminous plain, floating in perfect stillness. You drift above it, your motion slow, your awareness softening. As the calm of this region wraps around you completely, it feels as though you are gliding over the quiet heartbeats of a billion suns. As you move inward, the faint outline of the core becomes more defined, still distant, still veiled in soft layers of dust, but undeniably present. A warm, golden sphere pulses gently at the galaxy's center, its light spreading outward in subtle, rhythmic waves that ripple softly across the inner arms. This pulse is not loud, it is not powerful, it is not demanding, it is steady, reliable, deeply calming, like a heartbeat. You drift closer, and the architecture of Andromeda becomes more intricate. Stars flow in long arcs that wrap around the rising glow, like rivers curving around a warm fire. Dust lanes braid delicately through the star fields, forming soft spirals that guide your movement inward. The galaxy is not just light, it is motion, slow, ancient, harmonious motion that you can almost feel within your own breath. You inhale, and the starlight seems to brighten. You exhale, and the dust lanes deepen into shadow. Every moment feels synchronized with the quiet pulse of the approaching core. You float through one final star cluster, a dense, glowing sphere of soft golden suns that flicker like warm candles gathered in a circle. When you emerge, the path ahead becomes clear. The inner arms, those radiant rivers that guided you this far, now twist inward to embrace the brightening heart of Andromeda. Their curves draw your gaze, like gentle currents, inviting you deeper into the galaxy's luminous center. And as you drift forward, slow, calm, wrapped in the serene radiance of Andromeda's innermost spirals, the galaxy's heart waits quietly for you, glowing with the soft warmth of a billion ancient suns. Approaching the golden heart of Andromeda, you drift onward, guided now by the unmistakable warmth that radiates from the center of Andromeda. It glows ahead like a soft golden sunrise, rising within the galaxy itself, not bright enough to pierce the darkness, but warm enough to gently illuminate everything around it. With a quiet, ancient light, the spiral arms that carried you this far begin to converge, their luminous currents flowing inward toward the central sphere, where the galaxy's most ancient stars reside. These arms no longer sweep wide. Their arcs tighten subtly, as if bowing toward the brilliance within. Your drift becomes even slower, not because anything restrains you, but because the quiet deepens here, and every part of your awareness seems to move in harmony with the soft, expanding glow ahead. Stars gather in increasing numbers, each one glowing in gentle shades of gold, amber, and pale rose. These are old stars, ancient suns that have been burning since long before Earth existed, their light softened by time into a warm, velvety radiance. You pass among them, as though walking through a field of lanterns on a calm summer night, each flame steady and unhurried, each glow soothing your senses. With quiet constancy, the density of stars grows, but the space between them remains peaceful, never crowded, never overwhelming. It's as if Andromeda itself preserves a spaciousness to ensure the galaxy's deepest light always feels soft to those who approach it. Ahead, the diffuse golden haze thickens into a luminous swell, a gentle, glowing rise in the fabric of the galaxy. This is the inner bulge, the great, warm sphere at the center of Andromeda. It is vast, encompassing millions of stars, yet its presence feels quiet, steady, reassuring. As you drift closer, you begin to see fine textures within the haze, subtle gradients of gold and amber, tiny ripples of starlight, and countless faint sparkles that shimmer like grains of sand, glinting beneath shallow water. Dust lanes still flow near the core, but here they are thinner, their shadows softer, like gentle brushstrokes drawn across a luminous canvas. You drift into one of these lanes now. Its darkness feels delicate, a cool contrast to the warm glow that surrounds it. Inside, the starlight dims to twilight hues, and you feel your breath deepen further, slow, smooth, as though the dust itself is encouraging you to rest a little more deeply. Emerging from the shadow, you find yourself closer than ever to the galaxy's radiant center. The bulge expands in a vast golden dome, but even as it grows, its presence remains gentle, never demanding, never overwhelming. Its glow is diffused, like the light of countless candles, seen through layers of warm silk. Every star within it feels like part of a single, breathing organism, a vast, harmonious body of light, pulsing with the quiet rhythm of the galaxy's core. You drift through the outskirts of this bulge, and the light around you becomes more concentrated, not brighter, just fuller, richer, as though every point of illumination overlaps softly to create a serene, glowing ocean. Star clusters pass around you like floating embers. Some are loose and delicate, others dense and compact, their combined light forming golden spheres that drift slowly in orbit. You pass near one such cluster, a large, warm cloud of ancient suns gathered tightly together. Their combined glow wraps around you like a gentle embrace, soothing, steady, deep. As you drift beyond it, you begin to feel a subtle rhythmic pulse, not sound, not movement, but a faint wave of presence that seems to emanate from the very heart of the galaxy. This pulse is slow, measured, ancient. It moves through the starlight like a heartbeat carried on warm air. You follow it inward, letting it guide your motion with effortless grace. The inner bulge begins to show more structure. Streams of stars curve inward in soft, spiraling arcs, as though flowing toward the center. Along invisible channels, dust lanes weave between them, their shadows dancing gently against the glowing background. These lanes move like slow, drifting banners, adding depth to the luminous tapestry around you. And then, as you drift deeper into the bulge, the starlight takes on a new quality. It becomes honeyed, warmer, as though touched by amber glass. The glow thickens, and every direction you look feels bathed in a soft, golden warmth. Your breath softens further, your eyelids feel heavier, your body grows weightless and warm, as if floating in sunlit water. The core still lies ahead, a deeper, richer radiance, waiting quietly beyond the bulge. But already, you feel its presence as a source of calm, a beacon of ancient stillness that invites you inward with infinite patience. Among the thickening haze, you notice occasional bright points, stars that shine more strongly than their neighbors, cutting through the golden mist with steady clarity. These are giants, the elders of the galaxy, their enormous size and long, luminous lifetimes, marking them as pillars within this cosmic city of light. You drift past one such giant now. Its glow surrounds you with deep amber warmth, as if it is gently holding your awareness in its radiance. Beyond it, the golden haze becomes denser still. You begin to sense the faint, gravitational hum of the very center, a quiet pull, felt not by your body, but by your thoughts. It is comforting, like being guided by a familiar hand through a softly lit hallway. The spiral arms have brought you here, carried you inward, through star fields and shadows, through dust and glowing clusters. Now, they release their gentle grip, handing you forward to the luminous heart of Andromeda. You float at the threshold, the edge of the ancient core, where light folds into light, where stars swirl in slow, hypnotic currents. And beyond this threshold lies the galaxy's deepest calm, its most ancient fire, its quiet, golden soul. Drifting through the golden sea of the galactic bulge, you cross the threshold into Andromeda's inner bulge, and the galaxy opens around you like a warm, golden sea. The light here is different from everywhere you've been. Not scattered, not delicate, but rich and full, as though every star contributes a thread of warmth to a vast, glowing tapestry. There is no darkness here, the way you've known it. Shadows still exist, but they breathe with the light, softening into warm hues that soothe rather than obscure. You drift forward, and the starlight thickens around you, like gentle fog made of gold. Each inhale feels warmer. Each exhale melts a little more tension from your shoulders, your thoughts, your breath. The stars are close now, closer than anywhere you have traveled. But though they are countless, their presence is never overwhelming. They shine with a collective calm, a soft, ancient composure, earned over billions of years. Some stars glow bright honey gold, radiant and steady. Others shimmer faintly, with whispers of rose or amber. A few shine blue-white, their brilliance thickened and softened by the dust that permeates the bulge. They form no rigid constellations here, instead drifting in swirling currents. Shaped by the galaxy's own quiet breath, their arrangements feel natural, as if gravity itself has chosen the most soothing patterns. For any traveler who enters this sacred region, as you drift deeper, you notice the texture of the light changing. It becomes layered, a soft blending of glow atop glow, an overlapping warmth that feels like moving through sunlit silk. Your awareness softens with it. Thoughts loosen and drift away like petals on a slow, golden river. Ahead, a particularly dense region of stars shimmers like a floating jewel. You approach it gradually, your path curving gently, with the natural flow of the bulge. When you reach its edge, the cluster envelops you in a radiant embrace. Thousands of stars surround you in every direction, but instead of brightness, they offer warmth, depth, and serenity. You float through their midst, feeling as though time itself has slowed its pace to match your breath. The stars nearest to you are enormous, ancient giants that have expanded slowly over long, peaceful ages. Their light feels soft, like warm cloth pressed gently against your skin. The more distant stars blur into a golden glow, creating the illusion that you are drifting through a sea of liquid light. A calm washes over you, a deeper quiet than you have known so far. The bulge moves around you in slow, swirling currents, not rigid spirals, but gentle streams formed by countless stars, orbiting the galaxy's unseen center. Dust lanes, once dark and defined, now appear as soft, shadowed ribbons, weaving through the golden haze, like quiet thought lines. In a dreaming mind, you drift past one of these ribbons. Its darkness is warm, velvety, inviting. Within it, the starlight dims just enough to deepen your sense of stillness. Emerging from the ribbon, you notice changes in how the stars behave. They orbit more tightly here, moved by the gravity of the core that lies ahead. But even this movement is slow, elegant, like dancers gliding in silent synchrony. Your own drift aligns with them, effortlessly, naturally. You feel yourself carried by the quiet rhythm of the bulge. A glowing haze gradually thickens before you, not brighter, but denser, as though the light itself gains weight. You are approaching a luminous inner plateau formed by tens of thousands of stars, whose overlapping radiance smooths into a single, warm, amber gold glow. It spreads outward, bathing everything in serene luminosity. As you drift across this plateau, the light beneath you glimmers gently, responding to your motion, like ripples on a sunlit pool. Your breath deepens once more. Your body grows looser, warmer, as though the galaxy's core is unwinding the last remaining knots inside your awareness. Above you, broad star lanes arc inward, like luminous rivers, flowing toward a central basin. Their curves are graceful, soft, timeless. Every particle of dust, every cluster, every star, moves with a quiet understanding of where it belongs. The bulge hums softly around you, a low, steady resonance, felt rather than heard. Its rhythm aligns with your breath, like a lullaby, woven from the heartbeat of the galaxy. You drift past a glowing giant, a brilliant golden star, larger and older than nearly any you've seen. Its surface radiates warm waves that brush gently against you, reminding you of sunrises, of hearthlight, of warmth held in cupped hands. You continue your slow descent through the golden sea, guided by subtle currents that draw you closer to the innermost glow. Soon, the random scattering of stars transitions into something more structured, not rigid, but more ordered, like grains of sand, drawn into gentle spirals by unseen tides. This is the inner transition zone, where the bulge begins to blend into the very heart of Andromeda. The light grows warmer still. Dust shifts into finer, softer patterns. Stars orbit in tighter, quieter loops, and you feel, more than see, the presence of the core ahead. It is not bright yet. Its radiance is still veiled by layers of golden haze and drifting starfields, but its presence is unmistakable, a deep, resonant calm that pulses through the bulge, like the quiet heartbeat of the galaxy itself. You follow that pulse, your drift slow and effortless, your body relaxed, your mind fading into softness. Each moment carries you closer to the heart, closer to the galaxy's ancient center, where light and shadow blend into a single, warm glow. The core is near, waiting with infinite patience, wrapped in layers of light that have traveled billions of years to meet you, and as you drift toward it, weightless and serene, the galaxy's golden sea expands behind you, and the warm promise of Andromeda's deepest calm awaits ahead. Into the quiet fire of Andromeda's core, you drift now into the innermost region of Andromeda, where the galaxy gathers its oldest light into a single, glowing heart. The golden haze ahead no longer looks distant. It fills the space before you, like a rising sun wrapped in soft cloth, its radiance warm, diffused, unhurried. Every moment carries you deeper into this luminous calm. The stars around you grow smaller and more numerous, tiny beads of warm gold, suspended in a glowing sea. Their collective light blends into a gentle brilliance that feels less like brightness and more like warmth itself. Your breath slows, your shoulders settle, your awareness softens into the rhythm of the galaxy. As you drift inward, the motion of the stars becomes more circular, slow arcs overlapping in a graceful dance, guided by the unseen gravity of the core. Though the orbits tighten, everything remains peaceful. No rush, no urgency, just the endless, tranquil turning of a galaxy older than memory. You pass through a band of faint dust, the last thin veil, before the light grows fuller. Inside the dust, starlight softens into muted amber, and every soundless moment feels like a deep, exhaling breath. Emerging again, you find yourself surrounded by a shimmering cloud of densely packed stars, not close enough to overwhelm, just close enough to create the sense of drifting inside a warm, golden storm that moves with absolute stillness. This is the inner bulge's heart, the quiet envelope around the core. Every star here is ancient. Their light is thick and honey-colored, the glow of suns that have burned for billions of years. Without ever hurrying, you drift through them as though floating in a sky made of slow-moving sparks. The golden radiance thickens. Your breath becomes lighter, your mind calmer, your senses softened by the warm currents of starlight. Ahead, a deep, concentrated glow appears, still soft, still gentle, but more defined than anything around it. It lies at the very center of all this swirling light, the core of Andromeda, a quiet sphere of golden fire, its boundaries blurred by layers of dust and light that glow like sunbeams filtered through silk. You glide closer. The surrounding stars orbit in slow, perfect curves around this radiant center, their paths smooth, as if polished by time itself. The glow of the core pulses faintly, a deep, resonant heartbeat felt in your chest more than seen with your eyes. Its rhythm is ancient, steady, comforting. Every pulse seems to dissolve another layer of thought, tension, noise. As you drift nearer, you begin to see structure within the glow. It is not a solid light, but a layered radiance. Stars packed so densely that their halos blend, creating an ocean of overlapping gold. Dust lanes thread through it, like soft shadows, shaping the light without dimming it. Closer still, you sense the gravitational presence of the supermassive object deep within the core, not as a force, but as a gentle stillness, a calm center around which the galaxy breathes. It does not pull you. It does not threaten. It simply exists as the still point in the middle of everything, a cosmic heartbeat. In perfect equilibrium, you float slowly into the glow. The starlight around you grows diffuse, its texture smoothing into a warm golden fog. Shapes soften, edges blur. Your awareness drifts, as though floating in warm water, lit from below. Nothing is sharp, nothing is loud, nothing moves abruptly. The galaxy's inner calm wraps around you, like a blanket of shimmering warmth. Your breath becomes shallow, unforced, quiet. If you listen closely, not with your ears, but with the soft space inside your mind, you can feel the faint echo of the galaxy's rhythm, a pulse, a glow, a long, slow exhale that lasts thousands of years. This is the closest thing to silence the universe has, a silence filled with ancient warmth. You drift deeper into the glow, and the core fills your entire vision. Its radiance is gentle, like drifting through the heart of an eternal sunset. The starlight around you thickens into a luminous mist that glitters faintly each time you breathe. Closer still, and the movement of the stars around the core becomes hypnotic. They orbit so slowly that their paths appear frozen like golden threads, woven into a single, still tapestry. But you can feel their motion, soft, circular, endlessly patient. You slip into this quiet orbit, your drift aligning with the ancient pathways of the stars. You feel yourself folding into the calm rhythm of the core, not losing yourself, but settling into a deeper, quieter version of who you are. There is no up, no down, only warmth, only glow, only the steady heartbeat of a galaxy's ancient center. You drift in this quiet fire, your breath nearly weightless, your thoughts like drifting dust, glowing softly in the golden haze. The core knows you're here, not consciously, not personally, but in the way that a warm room recognizes the presence of someone stepping inside. You are part of the galaxy's quiet now, a single awareness, floating gently within a sea of ancient light. The glow softens further as you drift deeper. The stars blur into warm halos. The dust becomes golden mist. Everything folds into everything else, until there is only warmth, light, and stillness. The very heart of Andromeda surrounds you completely, timeless, silent, peaceful. This is the deepest calm the galaxy has to offer, the place where motion becomes stillness, where light becomes warmth, where the universe sings its softest song. You rest here, cradled in the golden quiet, of a galaxy's ancient core, and as the glow drifts around you, seamless and warm, the journey settles into silence and the closing lullaby. The slow return to silence. Here, in the golden hush at the center of Andromeda, you drift as though time itself has exhaled and decided not to inhale again for a very long while. The glow around you has no edge, no beginning, no boundary. It simply surrounds you, warm as a distant memory, soft as breath on a quiet night. You float in this ancient calm, feeling your thoughts become lighter, slower, more diffuse, like dust drifting through a sunbeam, with no hurry to touch the ground. There is nothing left to reach, no distance left to travel, no star left to pursue. You have arrived in the deepest quiet the galaxy has to offer, a place where starlight and silence blend into something that feels like rest, stretched across eternity. Breathe slowly. Let the warmth around you settle deeper into your chest, your spine, your hands. With every exhale, the world becomes softer. With every inhale, you sink more fully into the luminous dark. The galaxy's heartbeat is faint now, felt only as a gentle pulse that moves through the glow. Like a ripple on tranquil water, it no longer guides you forward. It simply rocks you, slow, steady, serene. You are part of the rhythm now, a quiet mote of awareness, floating in a sea of ancient light. If you listen, again, not with ears, but with the inside of your breath, you can feel the entire galaxy breathing with you. A long, slow inhale, a long, softer exhale. Every star around you drifts in the same patient cadence. You are not separate from them. You are not observing. You are not traveling. You are floating in the same quiet motion that has carried these suns for billions of years. Your awareness softens further, edges blur, thoughts dissolve into the glow around you. You feel yourself drifting downward, not falling, not sinking, but gently reclining into a deeper, warmer layer of silence. The starlight fades subtly, as though a soft curtain lowers itself between you and the golden fire of the core. Everything slows. Even the slowest thought stretches longer, thinner, then melts into nothing. You drift back through the luminous fog, though you barely notice the motion. It feels like floating down a warm river, with your eyes half closed, the world softening into one continuous glow. Stars become silhouettes, dust becomes shadow, light becomes warmth alone. You are weightless, you are calm, you are drifting deeper into the softest version of yourself. The glow dims another shade, your breath lengthens, your eyelids grow heavier. The galaxy's center slips gently behind you, not lost, not left, just fading, like a lantern placed behind a curtain. You move through the returning silence, as though wrapped in layers of soft gold and warm velvet. There is no direction now, only stillness, guiding you to even deeper stillness. Your body grows quiet, your thoughts fade into long, slow waves. Even those waves become smaller, more delicate, until they flatten into a tranquil sea. You are floating, breathing, resting in the quiet between galaxies and the quiet within yourself. The last traces of starlight dim into gentle embers, then into a warm shimmer, then into memory. You feel the universe around you grow softer still, as if every star has lowered its voice to a whisper so you can sleep. Your breath matches that soft whisper. A slow inhale, a warm exhale. The golden glow has now faded to to the faintest warmth, resting beneath your awareness. Like the last comfort, before dreams, you drift into it, letting your thoughts become lighter than dust, lighter than starlight, barely there at all. Everything settles, everything quiets, everything becomes soft enough to fall asleep. The journey has ended. The universe is quiet. You are safe. You are warm. You are drifting into the deepest rest you have known in a long time. Let the last glow fade. Let the silence hold you. There is nothing left to do, no place left to go, no star left to follow. Just breathe and sleep and drift gently through the quiet universe within you. Good night, traveler. The stars will keep watch